My gym blooper and unexpected peace. It started as a simple mobility routine. Every morning, before the weights and the grunts, 10 minutes of slow, deliberate movement, cat-cow stretches, gentle hip rotations, shoulder rolls. It was supposed to be about injury prevention, something my physical therapist drilled into me after I tweaked my back last year. He'd emphasized the importance of flexibility, how it wasn't just for athletes or yogis, it was fundamental for anyone who wanted to move through life without constant aches and pains. Initially, it felt weird. Like awkward yoga for someone who'd never done yoga. My body protested with stiff joints and a general sense of clumsiness. I remember thinking, this is ridiculous. I lift heavy things, I don't need to flow like a river. But I stuck with it, mostly because the alternative, more back pain, wasn't appealing. The memory of that searing ache down my spine was enough motivation. The breathing was key. It felt almost silly at first, focusing on inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly while contorting myself into various positions. But then I noticed something. When stress tightened my chest, a slow inhale-exhale helped diffuse the panic before it took hold. The tension would ease from my shoulders, the knot in my stomach loosened just a little. It became an anchor, a lifeline to calm. The gym itself evolved into something unexpected, my personal comedy stage. I'm not naturally graceful. Far from it, actually. There were dropped dumbbells, thankfully never on anyone, tangled resistance bands that resembled colorful snakes, and one truly spectacular near miss with a squat rack. The bar wobbled precariously before I managed to catch it just in time. Each mishap would send ripples of laughter through the nearby lifters. Some were good-natured chuckles, others were full-blown guffaws. And me? I'd just breathe deeply, do a slow shoulder roll, and find the humor in it. It was almost like performing for an audience, albeit one that smelled strongly of sweat and iron. I started anticipating the potential for bloopers. A slight miscalculation during a hip rotation might send my leg flailing out unexpectedly. A moment's distraction could lead to another tangled band situation. But instead of dreading these moments, I began to embrace them as part of the process. They were reminders that perfection wasn't the goal, consistency and effort were. There were days when even that wasn't enough. Days where the weight felt heavier than just iron, days filled with worry about family or work. My daughter was having trouble in school, my boss seemed perpetually displeased, and bills piled up on the kitchen counter. That's when I started quietly saying a prayer, a simple acknowledgement of faith. It wasn't loud, no dramatic pronouncements, just a quiet remembering of Jesus and finding a sense of perspective amidst the chaos. A silent plea for strength, guidance, and peace. Sometimes, it was just a quick, "Lord, help me through this." Other times, I'd recite a verse from memory, clinging to its familiar comfort. It wasn't about seeking miraculous solutions, it was about grounding myself in something larger than my daily struggles, finding solace in the belief that I wasn't alone. The routine isn't glamorous. No six-pack abs materialized. My biceps remain stubbornly average. But the consistent mobility work has drastically reduced my back pain. The nagging ache that used to follow me around like a shadow is now just a distant memory. More importantly, it's given me a pocket of calm in a chaotic world, a space to breathe, laugh at myself, and reconnect with something larger than my daily struggles. It's proof that sometimes, the smallest habits can have the biggest impact. The scent of disinfectant mingled with the metallic tang of iron filled the air as I moved through each stretch. The cool smoothness of the yoga mat beneath my hands was a welcome contrast to the rough texture of the gym equipment. Even the sounds, the clanging weights, the grunts of exertion, the muffled music playing overhead, seemed less jarring, somehow muted by the focus on my breath. It's been almost 2 years now. I still drop weights occasionally. Still tangle bands. The other day, I nearly tripped over a kettlebell while attempting a particularly ambitious hip rotation. But now, there's a quiet confidence underneath it all, a trust in the process, and a deep breath to face whatever comes next. And if a prayer helps too, well, that's just an added bonus. The best part is seeing other people try the mobility work. A few regulars have started incorporating it into their routines. Mark from accounting now does cat-cow stretches between sets of bench press, and Sarah, the marathon runner, uses hip rotations to loosen up her hamstrings. I get a little thrill watching them find their own rhythm, their own moments of peace amidst the iron and sweat. Maybe they'll laugh too, and that's perfectly okay. It's a shared experience, a silent acknowledgement of the human need for balance and grace, even in the most unlikely of places.